And we're live.
Hello.
What's up, everybody?
Howdy.
Howdy.
I just need to know. I just closed out Twitter, but as I did, why is strep trending on Twitter? Do I want to know why strep is trending on Twitter?
I mean, I can tell you that just about every other disease is spreading in schools right now. So
that is super true.
Right. Awesome. Fantastic. Love it.
Yeah. It's probably not great. You know?
Fine. Everything's fine. How are you, Zeki? How's your day?
It was a day. I had to do some nasty stuff today at work, but it was fine.
Do I want to know?
What was your day? I mean, no.
I don't want to know about the nasty stuff.
Like legit gross.
It's really gross.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I
had to go do geology things, but like in an urban setting.
Oh.
It's just not.
I can see how that would be unpleasant.
Grossy gross, yeah.
I can see how that'd be unpleasant. My day was fine. I said this last night. It is 9 p.m. where we're at. Don't worry. It's okay. We're not completely... Well, we are insomniacs. That's not the... That's just the truth. But no, I was going to say, day was good. I said last night I didn't get the work computer for the new job, so I've just been chilling. I did a nice little workout.
So still no laptop. The saga of the laptop.
It arrived at like 4:30 today, so that means that come Monday I will actually be able to work. But I basically had a paid week and no work, so I'm not complaining.
That's right. That's awesome.
How are the other two of y'all?
Yeah, let's get personal before we jump in. I want to know, how's everybody doing?
Oh, well, I'm great. After a month of being back in training at wrestle school, I feel like the ring rust is gone.
Good.
December, I'm really hitting my stride, really working some new moves, really making some strides, got some photos done. It's all happening in my life in the squared circle. I also just ate a muffin.
I love that for you,
and that's very delicious for me. You know, gotta love a good pumpkin
I also
muffin.
love that for you.
Muffins are important. It's true.
How about you, Erica? How are things? How's life?
You know, I like to say that I'm living the dream, but day to day, I don't know what type of dream it is. No, is it like a bad dream? Is it like a nightmare? Not quite. Is it like a perfect, like, I want to dream this every night? We're not quite there, but we're somewhere on that spectrum every day.
Somewhere on the spectrum of nightmare to we don't have a word for good dreams, do we? Like its own word. That is a missed opportunity.
Especially because we have one for nightmare.
I wonder.
That's what I'm saying. You got one end of the spectrum, not the other. I'm sure there is in another language. Other languages have so many more interesting words than English does.
What does Google have to say?
I always want to shoot.
Zeki, while we're finding words, do you want to recap us on where we went and where we're going? Well, maybe don't tell us where we're going. Ben said it's called a wet dream, which boo Benjamin.
Wow. Well, we went 5 minutes and 28 seconds into this one. All right.
Oh.
But actually, Katie, as the DM, I take the power in asking y'all what happened last time.
I did it last time.
I believe there was something about some methane ice, like ice farts.
Ice farts! They make the world run.
I will go as far as saying that you were given a pretty easy task of just delivering a package, and did it go wrong at all? Did something bad happen?
We fought a big ground monster, and that was about it. Oh, and then at the end we realized that Volda potentially may have given away a little bit more of her position than she was hoping to.
Well, was it me? Or was it everybody else?
I think it was a group effort. I think we all were just like a tad bit to blame.
Yeah, everybody at the bar from the Spelljammer had the Baggins, Frodo Baggins,
Yeah,
and just like
exactly.
randomly pointed to Volda at some point.
Yeah.
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 Which just can't.
And then Volda stood up in the bar and said, "My name's Volda."
Cheers! Drinks on Volda!
Drinks on Volda, everyone.
Volda's the real hero of the night.
Yeah. And yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Honestly, it was actually a very self-contained episode for what it's worth. I was very pleased personally with that one. I think we got through everything pretty good speed, and now we're gonna slow it down because now that we are fueled up, ready to go, and ready to set phasers to stun, I guess you could say.
Ooh.
You are back out on the Astral Sea. Yes, Katie.
Thank you. Did I get my scale oil?
Yeah, of course you got your scale oil.
Good. Okay. I just want to make sure. Just want to make sure
And-
that was my strength.
Did the three of you level up after the last session? Because
After the last, we can.
you
I
definitely
don't
should.
know if we did.
I don't
I'll
think we
do it.
did, but
I'll
I'd love
fucking
to
do it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do
Let's
that,
do that.
right now.
real quick. Well, you know, leveling up.
Level 5. I get an extra attack.
Ooh,
Oh, this is-
ooh.
Excellent,
Hi.
excellent. But
I do too.
yeah. While you're doing this, I'll kind of talk about what's going to be happening next because of the Black Star collapse, there's all this methane ice floating around, potentially on planets being harvested, floating around in space. But that's pretty dangerous to be flying around in, just like an explosive ice that you could crash into at any time, and it's kind of like a big minefield. So you have to go a little bit slowly when going through this particular terrain. And going forward, there's potentially some exceptions that you might find out about, but it's going to be slow going from here on out. No more ripping in and out of astral sea tears or anything like that. So, Captain Starstream is on the Spelljammer, on on deck of this Nautilus ship. People are doing their day-to-day tasks, and what would the three of you like to be doing? This is the next day after leaving.
I'm gonna be polishing Felix.
Oh.
Excellent.
I'm probably going to be having a little bit of that wine and just hanging out in my room.
Okay. Are you going to go hang out with Margaret first, or are you just getting wine and bouncing out?
Probably just getting wine and bouncing. Feel like it's sort of like that, morning after an adventure type of, well, probably late after. Realistically, Denis wakes up around 3 p.m. And has her little sort of bleary-eyed day after adventure, sort of grumpy wake up, saunters down into the kitchen, kind of snags a bottle of wine, maybe grabs a block of cheese or something, and just takes herself back to her room and kind of holes in there.
All right. And Valda, what about you?
I feel like after sort of getting sort of that realization of maybe her throwing her name around a little bit too much, instead of dealing with it, she is going to be trying to find any way that she can help out and work and just sort of keep herself busy.
Okay, so let's say that you go to Captain Starstream to ask for some menial work. Ah, Valdo, how's it? How's it hanging, as it were?
I mean, we're hanging in the astral sea, sorta, kinda.
Sorry, I think that was a robotic cat, maybe. I'm not sure. But,
Space whale. I have to go get my.
oh, yeah, and the space whale actually flies past
Well,
and and throws out this high frequency, almost purr like warble, just feeling out the spelljammers in the area and avoiding propane ice, essentially, like everybody else. Which makes it kind of like really cool to see them swimming around, like how you would normally see like dolphins on a ship, like kind of going at the front of the bow, and instead now you have these just large, extremely large, gigantic even astral whales just floating around with you, making those noises. Well, that's a good luck sign right there. We typically don't see the astral whales that often, let alone get blessed with their calls.
sorry, Buttercup just sat in my dice tray.
I'll make sure to give you a bunch of rolls then. In fact, the first roll I'd like you to have is maybe you could help washing the deck. We have mops downstairs. Just some busy work, I know, but maybe it'll help you get in the right mindset after that loose night last night.
Yeah, why don't we just, sort of skip over that and get to where the mops are?
Yeah, downstairs, probably near the kitchen. But, yeah, I didn't exactly get this ship in the most honest way, so let's not attract more attention to ourselves.
Right. Good to know. Good to know. She just stopped drinking. She sort of mutters to herself as she walks off.
Yep, down the stairs to the right, down the hall. You'll probably see a closet right next to the kitchen. As you go off and do that. So you're doing your thing. You're mopping, having a good time. Just feeling a little bit of that like hangover shame of what happened last night.
Perfect.
And everything's fine for the first day. You meet up with the crew later that night for dinner, and everything goes as planned, smoothly. You could even say, smooth sailing. You could even say, and we move into the second day. Are you doing anything besides drinking and/or polishing your steel?
Does skincare count?
Scale care definitely counts.
Then yes.
I feel like you would be trying to teach me how to take care of my new scales.
Oh, absolutely. We're having a little spa session, just making sure that she, understands the danger of dry scale and how once it gets too dry, you can never go back, which is why you have to start moisturizing early. And, just kind of going over like the 12-step skincare routine that I have personally developed for myself, and really trying to get her on the same regime as myself.
Yeah, I think because you're doing that and you're taking the time to learn something new, I will say that for today you have advantage on charisma-based throws because you spent this extra time doing that.
Both of us?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm feeling so fancy.
Oh, I should write this down.
I know, right? I'm gonna face it and be like, make a charisma check, and I'm gonna just roll it straight and totally forget.
And that's like all charisma-based checks. Keep that in mind.
Cool. I like it.
All right, excellent. But I guess then, Mag, was it leave you to be doing?
I think Mag is trucking around the ship and like talking to crew members to understand like how this ship navigates the astral sea. Like that engineer nerd is like taking over, so she's just like, so how do the ice farts convert into power, and what mechanism is being turned? How are we navigating in 3-dimensional space in a straight? What do we do about gravity inversions when we pass a, she's like asking like a million questions, just like to anybody who looks remotely knowledgeable.
Can actually roll me a d6.
Yeah. 3.
Okay, with a 3, you end up talking to an elf on like the second level near the engine room, actually, and their name is Elgante Picante. That's the name, Elgante. They go by L for short, So you're talking to L, and you're getting into the nitty-gritty details of why you need this like methane ice, and the whole reason is there's a vacuum engine that is used with a bag of holding, and as the ice goes through osmosis and turns into a gas, that gas is then harvested and then powers all of the wonderful internals on the ship. And that's that.
Elle, that is so incredible. I never thought of using a bag of holding and vacuum power to propel anything. That's just...
Yeah, it's kind of funny because, behind this door, it says engine room, but it's really just kind of like a storage closet.
Oh, what are you keeping there?
Well, some brooms, bag of holdings, and then just like a bunch of pipes going in and out of the thing.
I love it. Can I look inside?
Sure. And she opens up the storage closet, and looks... It's beige.
It's beautiful.
There's a couple buckets, maybe you see actually an empty spot from where there was a mop and bucket combo. Like the classic yellow on wheels. There's a spot for it, but it's not there. And you remember Valda using it yesterday, maybe not putting it back where she was supposed to, but yeah, it's a closet. Anybody else that you would like to, or any other systems? Like, you see the captain sitting in the Spelljamming throne, and I don't know if has anyone explained Spelljamming to you?
No.
DM disadvantage. Wow. That's rough.
I love it.
Wow.
See how it is a tale from D20s? A lot of love.
So cruel.
But, so, anyways, whenever I'm sitting in the throne, I'm able to just go. I have magical abilities as a beholder, as you can imagine, and that is pretty much all it takes. You have to be able to focus your will, and the ship moves as you will it to.
Wow. So being a magic user is sort of required to run a Spelljammer, so a typical run-of-the-mill fighter couldn't navigate it from the throne.
No,
Right?
sir. Nope. Nope. Need to have some magic. And, typically people in our neck of the woods tend to focus on some of the wilder magics and maybe even pick it up as some sort of feature that we describe ourselves with as we grow old.
That's just absolutely fascinating. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with me.
It's no problem. I mean, what else are we doing? I have to steer this thing very carefully.
Could I try steering it? I do have magical abilities.
Sure.
It's just like tiny little 3-foot mag just like crawls up and sits on the throne. It's like, okay, what do I do now?
And you notice actually when you sit down that like the ship kind of just like before it felt like it was propelling itself, and now you feel like that slight change in momentum to just drifting as Captain Starstream just kind of like lets go of it. I just got to think.
Okay,
You tell the ship where it needs to be.
Go forward. Quarter impulse. Engage.
And translating whatever you would think that those commands mean in your head, the ship intuitively kind of lurks forward, almost straightening itself out a couple degrees even. Like seeing in your mind's eye where you wanted it to kind of be. So you are now steering the ship. Congrats.
This feels amazing. This is so cool. 400 years living in my realm. Never in a million years did I think I would be driving an astral seafaring vessel. Wow.
I know it's pretty amazing stuff. And in fact, do you see off in the distance, straight ahead, there's that brownish twinkle at this point?
I do see it.
That's our next destination, kind of. It's called New Daunting. What we're going to do is slingshot around it, so that way we can actually pick up a bunch of speed when we're going through the gap.
Oh, you may have to take over for the slingshot maneuver. I'm a 101 driver with my little learner's permit. So.
Oh, of course. But it's important because once we get to the gap, you might be able to have a good time. It's been cleared of ice, so it's a straight shot. That's known for its astral ships and spelljammers to make crossings.
Oh well, I'm so excited to see other makes and models of a grand vessel like this.
Yeah, it's actually kind of surprising that, and just as you're talking about that, a second Nautilus kind of like rips through the astral sea, kind of like landing and like bouncing right next to your ship. And where your ship is like a purpley pink, more of like a natural Nautilus looking thing, this other ship is kind of beigey gold and is like looks very official. It looks all it looks very new. And aboard it, you see a mind flayer and a bunch of other things.
Captain, we got company, friend or foe.
Oh, you hear the mind flayer kind of through some psychic means in your head, like because you're spelljamming, it is talking directly to you, right? It takes you as the captain.
Oh, Captain, should I halt vessel? They're asking me to stop.
No, you should Oh, we're kind of in a pickle. This is not going to go well. If you jump ship now, they're going to take that as hostile disengagement in communications, and it's just going to be better if you talk to them.
Oh, okay.
And as he says this to you, you hear in your mind, alt, nautilus, nature, hijacked by Captain Starstream. Is this you?
No, my name is Mag, and I'm learning how to drive this. How are you?
It is irrelevant. Regardless, you are captaining the Nautilus. Nature, are you not?
I mean, I'm sitting on the throne, but I'm an artificer by trade.
Good enough. There are many artificers who are also captains.
Oh yeah, because we've got magical capabilities. I learned that today.
Indeed. It has come to our attention, though, that besides Grand Theft Arrow, which we can forgive for a steep fine, you are also harboring a highly dangerous fugitive going by the name Valda.
I've never heard of this Volda person. That doesn't even sound like a real name. So
it was reported on Purdion that a rather inebriated group of chaos ladies, and he holds up his fingers like when he says it in your head. Spoke of the kidnapped prince and the fact that Valda has changed form to a dragonborn.
Well, that just sounds like silly stories made up by silly people. I start looking at the beholder cap, and I'm like,
either way,
do I see any of this happening?
Oh, that depends. The second day, are you doing more chores below deck? Are you up on deck just taking in the scene when this happens? Like, what were you planning on doing today?
So
after getting your skincare done or scale care?
So I feel like I was probably continuing to like work on cleaning the ship and like doing the chore stuff. And if I was up on the top deck and I saw the ship, I was going to ask, like, do I recognize it?
You recognize it as a Mind Flayer patrol ship.
Okay.
They're basically like state troopers.
As soon as I see that, could I like sort of duck around a corner and use my hat of disguise?
Oh, yes. Tell me about this hat of disguise, please.
So part of how Valda was able to pass through the military was she had this magical item. And so once per day, I can cast Disguise Self upon myself.
Very cool.
That is pretty amazing. So, as you do this, what happens?
So I sort of go around the corner and I just sort of take out a very simple, like, cap. And my form shifts into an elven form with lots of like piercings, still sort of same color, like reds, oranges, golds, sort of throughout, and sort of looks more like a wizardy type.
Okay, cool. So you would not be observable if you were to be seen right now. But you wouldn't be seen as Volga.
I would not be seen as Volga. The spell fails to hold up to a physical inspection. But to discern that I'm disguised, a creature can use its action to inspect my appearance and must succeed on an intelligence check against my spell save DC.
Okay, perfect. I'll keep that in mind. So then are you going to like walk out front and see all the hubbub?
After that?
Yeah, after that.
Yes.
Okay. So you are there. You kind of are seeing Mag have to like wave her hands around. You're not hearing what this mind flayer is saying. So you're kind of just seeing this giant ship, and you recognize that it is a patrolling ship, obviously, which is why you did the hat. So, how are you just trying to play it cool? Okay.
I'm just playing it cool, just trying to blend in as much as I can.
And then, okay, so then jumping back to Mag, and we will be needing to board to make sure that you are not harboring a fugitive in any illegal hiding spots or any sort of storage that you would hide other illicit goods. And he like this mind flayer is like looking at you like squirrely, like not trusting you, seeing your type once or twice before on the Astral Sea.
My type meaning like a gnome or
like the Mag type.
oh,
Just like
well, Captain, they really want me to pull it on over, and honestly, I don't want to die in a firefight on the Astral Sea, so I'm gonna hop off the throne now. Okay.
zoop. Mag just like gets off the throne and is like,
It can cruise to a stop if it wants to.
oh, you should have said that before you got off. It's gonna keep floating.
Oh, right, sorry. Okay, yeah. You do the stopping. I'm just here to learn.
And as Captain Starstream jumps back on there, you hear him just trying to calm the situation down, and I'm gonna say that at this point, there's like, 3 or 4 different let me get that over there. 3 or 4 different Githyanki that are going to like jump on the ship because they are working for the mind flayers. And so 2 Githyanki warriors and 3 or 5 of these other things called Grimlocks. They come on, they board the ship, and we are going to go there now.
I also think that as this is happening, Denis sort of emerges from her bed chambers, and she's wearing like very baggy black sweatpants that say "spicy" across the butt, and like a cropped sweater that's also all black with like some red sort of emblems across the front, and she's got like her hair pulled back into a ponytail, no makeup on, half a bottle of wine in one hand and a half-eaten block of cheese in the other, and she's just like, oh my god, what is that? What? Oh my god, I don't look cute enough for people to be coming on this ship. And now I've joined.
Excellent. So before you, and so everyone else can see also on the screen, we are on the Naughtyless Nature Spelljammer, the one in purple here. And as you can see, Captain Starstream is at the Spelljamming helm, and you are currently being boarded. I put all three of you kind of together just by default.
Sure.
Would you like to change your spacing at all, or is this suitable?
I think I'm probably in the back because I would have just popped in. I'm taking like tinted chapstick and putting it on my cheekbones to try to get some like blush looking situation going on.
I feel like I'd probably be wherever there's like crew of like our ship.
Okay.
Trying to like blend in.
That's fair. It's extremely fair. And so what you kind of see before you, as you know, these things are kind of walking around the deck. You see even more of them kind of climb onto the tendrils and just like climb them almost as if they were climbing up rope, but it's kind of like floating like on these like oscillating tendril things. It's kind of weird. But like true ship hands, like deck hands, they're just like climbing all over the place like seamlessly, like they do it every single day because they do. So these like Grimlock things are kind of weird. You can see that none of them have eyes. They've all kind of been like scratched out or removed somehow.
Oh.
In fact, as this one in particular starts approaching, it has like one of the Githyanki warriors kind of standing behind it, and you just kind of hear it saying, "Do you smell anything? Anything good?
Ew.
Is anyone not being truthful here?" And this thing, has like a sixth sense. It can't see, but it has like extremely heightened other senses, including its sense of smell. As it goes up and is like just sniffing around, I'm gonna need a deception check, I guess, with your hat, Valda. Or what exactly did I have to do? I have to like a spell save DC? Because I'm trying to like see if it can determine if it can smell anything that would give you away.
So that's a charisma based.
It is.
Skill.
It's advantage.
So I have advantage on it. Natural 20 for a 21.
Wow.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. It was a 12 and a 20.
Whew.
That's awesome. Well, this thing comes right up to you and just sniffs you. It's like super gross. There's like a little bit of like nose juices or something coming out. It's just like kind of gross.
Nope.
And it's like it has like this gray skin that's like just like a little too tight. It seems like it. These creatures are off,
Like space zombies.
In a way,
space zombies.
In a way, but they're not undead. But just like sniffs you over. This one's fine. And then goes over actually to Denis.
Ew.
What about this one? This is a dragonborn. Could this be the one?
Do I look like I'm? Oh no, never mind. I don't. No, I'm not. Whatever they're, Baldra, Jaldra. What? I'm not. Like, look, you can't look at me, but like, if you could, you would see that I'm way cuter, and you'd be wrong. So, no.
Could you make a deception check for me?
A deception? I'm not. Well,
Weird.
I can.
She genuinely thinks that I am ugly.
I do. I genuinely think I'm a lot cuter than her.
Okay, shit. Then just make a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
And you can have advantage, as I've been mentioned.
What's my charisma? 14 with advantage.
All right, I just used my disadvantage tail d20s, so you're very welcome with that one, Denis, because you would have failed otherwise.
Great, perfect.
So that was good. Your advantage and my disadvantage.
I rolled
really
a 5
you.
and a 9, so I didn't roll super great.
Yeah, I was a 2 and a 13.
Yeah.
And with the modifiers, it was not going to be good. So this Grimlock just takes another sniff.
Ew.
And I don't know. I guess there could be more than just one Dragonborn.
But obviously, there's more than. Have you?
There were reports of 2. Are there any?
I'm literally, my entire family is Dragonborns. This is so weird. And like, honestly, a little bigoted, not gonna lie. Doesn't feel good. We don't all know each other. We're not all friends. And there can be more than one of us. So I don't like this. This isn't cute.
You're not really making it better for yourself.
I'm not trying to make it better for myself. I'm just telling you that you, sir, are incredibly rude.
You just call me rude? That's an offense.
What do you mean that's an offense?
You can't just call people rude.
You can't just call people rude. What kind of place is this?
This is the Astral Sea. We have rules here.
Yeah, you have rules against calling people rude?
Are you just like looking for a reason?
I'm not looking for a reason. I'm just saying this doesn't make any sense. I am a Dragonborn. You are Dragonborn. You are racially profiling me and saying that all Dragonborns know each other. And honestly, I would like to take this up with your superior.
Denis, take out your capture stone and start getting a series of images of this situation.
I'm gonna pull out my little sending stone and be like, I am getting this all recorded, and I would like to report this to your higher ups immediately.
All of a sudden, you hear a voice in your head. I am the higher up. How can I help you?
What the fuck? Hi? Do I talk out loud or do I talk inside?
It doesn't matter.
So, I mean, have you been here the whole time? Like, are you cool with this?
They are to conduct a search, and you are prohibiting that search
I'm
calling them rude.
Again, I'm a little hung up on how rude is like the worst thing you can say to someone on the Astral Sea. I have personally heard a lot worse things, and I am pretty young. So your math's not mathing right now.
Do you know anything about the kidnapped prince?
Sorry?
The prince that is missing, rumored to be said with said chaos ladies.
So I want you to know that what's happening in Denise's brain right now, part of her really wants to cover and lie. And the other part of her really wants everyone to know that DeVito was into her romantically, because that is like a point of pride. So I would like to do some sort of roll to see how she answers this, because I genuinely don't know how she would answer it. Would that be like a con save? What would that look like?
Actually, yeah, make a con save first. Okay. And that'll
18.
determine. Okay, so you are with an 18 for a con save. I will say that if you want to be deceptive, you can cover face or save face and keep your cover, stay like a cool cucumber, and you'll be able to at least try to lie.
Okay.
Katie, you got inspiration.
I did get inspiration. All right,
Yeah.
so Denise kind of pauses for a second because there's a small part of her that's like, oh, I just want everyone to know that I slept with this prince because that just makes me so cool. But she's kind of like, no. Why would I know a prince? I'm literally a pop singer. It's just different echelons, honestly, and I think mine's a little higher.
I need you to make a deception check for me.
Okay.
Also, I just have to say that I'm getting major Snape vibes from this Mind Flayer right now.
I could roll with that advantage, but I'm going to hold on to that advantage because that's a natural 20 plus 5.
What?
So is it
What is
25?
going on tonight?
The dice don't want us to get caught. What can I say?
Our dice
Yeah.
don't like cops.
Our dice say fuck the police.
I mean,
Our dice say, "A cab, baby." Assling us.
perhaps the inebriation at the tavern was more widespread than I'd come to believe, and we had bad information.
That tavern was so rowdy. I like went in for 30 seconds and was just like, this is so not my scene. So like I can definitely confirm that things are a little crazy in there.
Oh, so you were at the tavern.
I told you we came
We
from
will need you to come for questioning then.
back. No, I didn't say we were at the no. I just
Grab her! And one of the Githyanki warrior comes up and grabs you.
This is so rude. Mag, they're trying to arrest. I'm a minor. Don't I get like representation? No, I'm not a minor. Wait, am I a minor? I'm a minor. I don't think she is a minor. But I think she's just.
She's trying to say she's a minor.
Yeah, I'm a minor and I need representation.
As you say that, Captain Starstream, I did not picture this going this way at all, just so everyone knows. Captain Starstream is just like, there's no representation like that. You're gonna have to have a hearing, and you can represent yourself. And
what? I don't know. No. Remember the part where I said I'm a singer, not a. I don't know astrals. No, help.
and there's usually like a 6-month travel part to this whole journey, and then 6 months to be seen, and then appeals.
This is a terrible idea. I'm gonna sling the guitar that's kind of like on a strap over my shoulder around. I'm gonna pop out that button. The rapier is gonna extend from the top, and I'm gonna slash at the person who is holding me.
Oh boy, baby girl, here we go. Oh, yeah, Balor has all the points. So
I still have that advantage.
you do have inspiration. That is
Yes.
true.
And you have DM disadvantage. Again.
I already used
No,
again.
you have a second one.
Again.
You did it the second time.
Who is Balor?
Yep.
Balor, yeah.
What do y'all got against me tonight? Jeez.
They want us to
It's
win.
because it's because you're RPing the popo, and I think all of the chat does not want you to
There,
succeed.
I get it, everybody. I get it.
Don't take it personally.
You're
But
the one who
Sure.
decided
this,
to put police in our fantasy world.
this chat based.
I didn't decide to like blab about my identity whenever I was on world.
So what do I do to roll this attack? Do I just roll it, or do we roll initiative first?
You're just rolling this like it's a surprise round. You're rolling an attack.
Okay. Natural 20. I'm not joking. That is not a fucking joke.
Well, you hit.
The natural ones. Let's see. That is going to be. Is this a D8? Where's my D8? Are you my D8? You're my D8.
Are you my D8?
Are you my D8?
Used by Dr. Sue.
That's going to be 6 points of damage. And.
Okay. And
And.
Two.
Oh, yeah, times 2. So 12 points of damage. And because I'm level 2 monk now. As I do that, I'm gonna bring my hand around and try to sort of hit him on the side of the head, which is an unarmed strike, which I can do as a bonus action. And that's going to be. Does a 13 hit? Because I will use my advantage if it does not.
So it does not hit.
Does not. Okay, so
This
that's even
Githyanki
worse.
warrior is wearing half plate armor, and
Okay. Well, in that case, yeah, I attempt to. I bring the rapier around to kind of like dig into the shoulder, and as I hit there, and I kind of bring my hand back around to hit him in the face. But as I do that, I don't know if he ducks or I just kind of swing wide. But that is my turn.
okay. And that being said, I'm going to need initiative rolls from everybody.
I just didn't want to go spend 6 months like in jail.
I mean, you would have spent 6 months going to jail.
I don't want to spend 6 months going to jail.
Yeah, I'm not blaming you there.
9. See, balancing out those natural 20s.
Unnatural 20. I rolled a 19. I have a +1 to initiative. Also, that means Felix will go after me.
Okay.
Let me get the stats for Felix up.
And Valda?
Come here, baby.
That would be a 7.
A 7.
Nice.
Well, you're still
Yep, I
disguised,
still look like
right?
an elf.
So yeah, you're elfing it out over there. Okay, so
I
let
am an
me
elf.
roll some things.
I mean, it's not surprising that Denis does not know how to comply with police. Just saying.
Yeah, that's not super.
Feels very on brand for the way she interacts with the world.
Right. Okay, so Mag, you are going to be up first for sure.
Amazing. Okay, well,
All right, it's time to perform a de-arrest, everybody.
and Mag is going to move toward the person who's trying to grab Denis and hit them with the quarterstaff with green flame blade.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so
and-
this thing coming up close to you.
Oh no, I'll hit that thing then. Just kidding. Sorry, I can't really tell who's friend or foe here.
Okay, sorry about that. So
it's okay.
everything with a. Is anybody have any issue with color? First off, in case I
No.
need to change anything for you. Okay, so everything with like a blue is friendly. These are your
Cool.
crew. These are the 3 of you, of course. And then these brown background tokens or orange.
Cool.
Those are all baddies, and then these are baddies as well with these red kind of rings around them, or copper.
Cool.
Love it. Cool. How far is the guy that I'm about to hit and the guy that's holding Denis? How many feet is that? What?
So it's like 15,
Like 15?
Yeah.
Okay. Never
or
mind.
10, and then you're next to them. Actually, 10. So 10 and then 5 for this other thing.
For which other thing?
The one that's like right in front of Valda.
Oh, so that's 5 feet away from me?
Yeah, that's 5 feet away
Okay,
from you. That's the
Perfect.
green block.
Yeah, I'm going to step to them and then gonna hit him.
Yeah,
Melee attack.
let's do it.
That's gonna be 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 20, 25.
I believe that hits.
Yeah, that hits. So that baby. Hold on. How? Oh my gosh! Now that I'm level 5, all the rules are different now. Fifth level melee attack deals an extra 1d8 fire damage to the target on a hit, and the fire damage. I'm not gonna do the second creature because there's not a creature within range.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm fine just being like I do it once.
Okay.
Yeah,
Seki has
so-
inspiration now.
Oh no!
I have inspiration. Excellent.
Yeah. Ben's a little bitch.
Fair enough.
There.
So how many?
Okay, so it's
How
gonna
many
be
total?
2d8
Oh,
fire damage.
Excellent.
So that's gonna be 6 plus 2, 8 fire damage, please, and thank you.
All right. So it is not looking great. You burned a lot of it. It's still like it's on fire. Actually, it's gonna stay on fire for like this whole round.
A gab, baby. All Grimlocks are burnable.
And is there anything else you'd like to do?
Oh, right. I think I have a bonus action now that I'm 5th level.
Woohoo!
Oh yeah, I get an extra. I can attack twice, so I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
please do.
I'm gonna thwack this mofo a second time with my green flame blade quarterstaff. 23, please.
Yeah, that definitely hits this thing. This thing's not really wearing armor, so like you can hit it pretty easily.
Cool. 7. Oh no! It's fine. I'll just grab another one. Doesn't matter. It's all broken. 14, please.
Please describe how you dismantle this thing.
So you just see tiny little Mag just go bap, and it catches on fire, and then yells the A-gab, and then goes bap, and then goes
Agar, all Grimlocks are ashes.
and it just sort of like disintegrates in like this green fire.
Oh my god!
And Mag just like spins her quarterstaff and holds it, and it's like,
Okay, who else wants some?
I love Meg so much.
I'm giving you inspiration for that. That was awesome. Great description. So with a twirl and like a final like slab into the ground, are you going to move at all?
oh,
You do have movement.
yeah.
And then Felix is up.
Cool. Yeah. I'm gonna hop on Felix, and we're gonna move closer to the creature that is near Denis.
Okay. Yeah. So you're going over towards that Githyanki warrior as
Yeah.
this Grimlock is now dead. So do you want to be here? Do you want to be more of a flanking situation, but still exposed to that thing? Like what angle do you want here?
I think I'll flank where I currently am, so my sweet Felix can get a thing in. Where's Felix? And Felix is going to attack with a force-powered rend, which is going to be a spell attack. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. If that hits.
14 unfortunately does not hit the Githyanki. Again, you hear that like steel on steel clang as like the plate on Felix kind of bashes into the half plate armor that the Githyanki warrior is wearing.
Cool. And after this like pop that does not go through, Felix rises onto his little hindquarters and gives a very terrifying growl at this Githyanki, and now this Githyanki it has disadvantage on attack rolls.
What? Okay,
Yeah, deflect attack.
wow.
The defender imposes disadvantage on the attack roll of one creature it can see within 5 feet of it, provided The attack roll is against a creature other than the defender. So if this Githyanki tries to attack anyone that isn't Felix, disadvantage.
Okay, noted. All right. And then, is there anything else you'd like to do?
That's it.
Okay. If that is the case, then the Githyanki are going to be up. So I'll start with this one that is being flanked currently by you and Denis. It's going to take a look at Felix, and it's going to take a great sword from its back, unsheath it, and going to try to hit Felix. So let's do that.
I don't like when Felix gets hurt.
Me either. Felix is a very sweet baby.
I know.
Oh no.
Did you crit on Felix?
Do I have disadvantage?
Not against attacking Felix.
Then yes, I did crit.
Ugh.
24?
Well,
I'm assuming a 24 will hit.
yeah, 24 hits for sure.
Okay. So as this Githyanki slams down with its greatsword, Felix is going to take 13 slashing damage.
Okay.
How many HPs does Felix have?
Hold on. 2 plus my intelligence modifier plus 5 times my artificer level. So,
Math.
yeah, math. 5 times my artificer level. So 5, 10,
25?
15, 25 plus 5 plus 2. So 25, 30, 32. hit
Okay.
points for Felix.
Okay, so 13 slashing, and then also 6 psychic damage.
Wait, so 13 plus 6 is 19?
19 points of
Cool.
damage.
Not our
Oh
baby
no,
boy.
not our baby boy. It's okay. If he dies, I can just make another one after a long rest.
Okay.
I can bring it back. 32 minus 19.
Boy, don't try to hit me! And that guy, think warrior is going to be done. And then you see this other one that is behind or closer towards the bow. It's going to run up. And actually, no, it's not gonna. It'll stay right here, and it will make an attack at you, Mag. Hopefully, I don't roll another crit. 16.
Oh, that hits. Oh no. Oh no.
All right. That's going to be 10 points of slashing damage and 6 points of psychic damage.
So 16.
Yes.
Oh boy. That just bloodied the fuck out of Mag. She has one
no.
hit point left.
Oh no! Mag, baby!
Oh my gosh! And that
Mag
was
only has 17 hit points, and they didn't go up at a
level
level up.
5.
Yeah.
Wait, they didn't go up?
No.
Artificer hit points are shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
All right. I feel like they should have gone up at least when you went from 4 to 5. Like, what's your con?
Like, what did I roll for my con?
Yeah, like, what's your con number?
I got +4 to Constitution.
Yeah, you should get at least 4 then, right? Because it's... I don't know. You should be getting some more hit points. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
We need to fix that somehow. Sometimes in D&D Beyond, it doesn't roll your health for you. So you actually have to go in and do it sometimes.
Oh.
If you like started it at some point where you were rolling your hit points,
Oh no, I was just leveling up and thinking that it was gonna do it.
the average.
Yeah.
Yeah, double check and make sure that you should be getting more hit points. Because if you haven't gotten them in a long time, there's something wrong there and you need some more.
Cool. So it says 5d8. So should I just roll 5d8 and just do whatever that says?
Sure.
Cool.
In the meantime, you can tell all of us what that changes into, because level
Also,
5.
Zeki, you got baned.
I got baned? What does that even mean? Disadvantage again?
Bane, it's a minus a d4.
Oh. I see. That's fine, everyone. You can throw all these wrenches at me. I appreciate it. It's making it spicier for me. That being said, the Grimlocks are now up. This Grimlock is going to engage this halfling over here. These Grimlocks are engaged over here. And this one is going to go for Felix.
My hit points are now 20. So I'm down to 4 hit points.
I feel like it should
better
still
than
be higher.
17.
Unless I need to add my +4 con to it?
Yeah, like every level. It should be like your
We're
class.
learning how to roll hit points, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is important.
So should I add an extra...
So
how much?
Just for context, in another
Additional 20 HP.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
In another campaign that I was in when I was playing an Artificer, I was level 7 and had 39 hit points.
Yeah, you can roll real bad. Because I think it's like a D6, right?
Yeah. Add 20 to what you rolled, and
Okay.
let's call it a day.
Yeah. Can't have you dying on the floor here yet. But this Grimlock's coming up for Felix and is going to try to take this like spiked bone club that it has and smash down on the steel frame of this Felix. So that is a 13.
That does not hit.
Okay, so the stone with that bane, luckily for you, that took it off. Probably because I took off like 3 for that. Misses, just slams the bone club down and just like hits, like indents in the floor of the ship. Valda, you notice that and are now gonna have to spend some time repairing it probably.
Dang.
But that is all that it does. And when we go to these other Grimlocks, this one's going to come and it's going to engage this elf because, Valda, you just look like an elf. You don't look like anyone of interest at the moment. And everybody else has kind of picked up arms. Denis, you're up.
Okay.
And Valda, you're on deck.
Who am I closest to right now?
You are closest to the Githyanki warrior that grabbed you.
Which of those 3 looks the strongest? The 3 that are closest to me.
Probably one of these warriors for sure.
All right. So I'm gonna turn to the warrior that is closest to me. Or you know what? Can I actually pop around to the other warrior? Because I think that one has disadvantage on attacks against anyone, but whatever, right? Felix?
Wait, say that again?
The one closest to me has disadvantage on attacks.
Correct.
Anyone. Okay, so I would like to come pop around to the other one.
Okay.
And I'm kind of gonna like grab onto his, I don't know if it's chainmail or what, and I'm gonna pull him down and I'll be like, listen, babe, you are fighting for the wrong side. Like, honestly, cops kind of suck. Like, there's a reason that we're self-governed at home. So you should really be fighting with us. And as I do that, I'm going to cast Suggestion.
Okay, so as you left that first one, it is going to make an opportunity attack.
I wanted to stay in his. I was going to come between the two.
Oh, like right here?
Yeah, I didn't want to. Like leave his range. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, perfect then. So then suggestion?
Yes. So I need a wisdom save.
Oh boy. Not that one.
And I'm gonna. Can we use that bane on this as well?
Do you have a second one?
No. Did you use your bane?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I took a D4 off of that attack on Mag.
All right, that's fine.
I feel like they've been throwing more disadvantages at me though, so I'll roll a disadvantage.
Okay.
I feel like there's one I didn't use or something. So yeah, that's a 5.
Great. So as long as I maintain concentration, this warrior will be fighting for us.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah. Because I told him that he should be fighting with us.
All right.
And so then I'm going to turn around and turn towards the one on the other side of me. And I'm going to essentially knee him in the stomach and then try to kind of karate chop him in the throat with 2 unarmed strikes, which will be a flurry of blows.
Okay.
Let's see. That is going to be 21 for the first one.
That hits.
20 for the second one.
That also hits.
However, my unarmed strikes only do 1 damage, so I do 2 damage to him. As I turn around from essentially enchanting his comrade to just give him a little love tap.
I dig it. So then, any bonus actions?
That was my bonus action.
All right.
The flurry of blows, yeah.
And any additional movement? Are you good?
I think I'm okay.
All right.
I'm not technically flanked since that one's on our side at the moment, so I think I'm okay.
Yeah. All right, then, Valda, you're up.
Zach, you're baned again.
That's fine.
Okay. So I have this other magic item.
Okay.
And okay, so
I'm excited for this. What is it?
Okay.
Like how I don't know.
Didn't at the beginning of this you let us pick like 2 magic items?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was part of that.
Okay, cool.
And I've been saving it.
Excellent.
So Valda's getting pretty upset. And she is going to do a couple things. So she's going to sort of move in the center-ish, so sort of like up 3 squares. And she is going to use her first action, and her disguise self sort of disintegrates.
Okay.
Sort of thinking like a la Katniss Everdeen, like flame.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I thought of. Yeah.
And then she will use her action surge to take an additional action.
Okay.
And is going to pull out a horn that is strapped to her side.
Okay.
And this is the Horn of Valhalla.
Oh, okay. I'm vaguely familiar with this item.
So I'm going to blow this horn, and then 3d4 plus 3 warrior spirits are going to appear within 60 feet of me.
Yeah, that's how that one works.
Yep.
I'm familiar with that.
Oh my god.
Played
So
Clue with that, actually.
Huh?
Played some Clue with that, actually. So,
Yeah.
yeah, let's do it.
All right. So... So 10 spirits appear.
Yeah, let's do this. I gotta find spirits.
What do the spirits look like?
They're just the most like badass female Vikings that you have ever seen.
Hell yeah.
Excellent.
And my goal is pretty much to have one of these spirits like at each of these people, including the ones at the other ship.
Oh shit.
Okay. So I'm just gonna make a bunch of them really quick.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
Don't be. I love this. This is fantastic.
I'm changing up the music for fun.
I like it.
Gotta change it up for the spirits.
Ooh.
So that's 6. I think I'll just start.
And if
I
you'd
love it.
rather do like the 7, not the +3, I get it. It's all good.
No, it's fine. I put 4 over there on the other ship. Oh, why can't I?
Oh my
see
god, I
it?
forgot there was another ship.
Yeah.
Oh, we are so fucked. I fucked us so hard. It's fine.
Yep, it's fine.
This is why I decided this would be a good time to use this magic item. I won't be able to use it for another week after this.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So
Very fair. Yep.
like there's a lot of baddies.
Listen, Denise thinks with her hormones. She doesn't really think with her head.
Oh wow.
I mean, not in a sexy way. I mean, that well, sometimes a sexy way, but mostly in an angsty way.
I'm not sure what exactly is happening to the map right now. It's loading,
Leader of the mind. It's all good, baby.
Good.
but as soon as I load back in, there we go. Sorry about that, everybody.
Oh, they're my favorite color.
Yeah, so they're purple. So for those following at home, I added 10 additional spirits, and I guess we'll like make them all move at the same time, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do like uniform damage.
Yep.
All right, that's perfect.
So yeah,
And do you have stats for them by chance?
Yes, I have the stats.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
Yep.
So, was that your second action?
That was my second action.
All right.
And yeah, you just sort of see a very angry Valda. And I feel like Maggot reminds you of that one time worrying about the time when Valda said that she was dangerous.
Love
And
it.
here we go.
Cool.
I'm done.
That's an amazing turn. Holy cannoli. Mag, you're back up.
First of all, wow.
I would like very much.
Before she
Dude.
starts, I just want to be like, Mag, don't touch him. He's good. He's good. Don't fuck with him. He's good. He's cool. He's cool, Mag. Just be cool.
Wait, which one's cool?
The one that's to the left of me, who I suggested he fight for us.
Okay, cool. So
so
not
I'm-
the one that my hand is pointing at.
No.
Cool.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm gonna take one of my items, the alchemy jug.
Okay.
And I am going to shake it and throw 8 ounces of acid at this guy in front of me.
All right, yeah, you do that. How does this work? Do you have?
Is it a dex save or is it an attack roll?
I mean, it just says I have acid.
Okay, I'll make a dex save.
Cool. So yeah, I just go acid, and then acid comes out of this jug. Alchemy jug.
I rolled an 18, so I think I like get out of the way.
Is there a half damage thing? What's the name of that item, Rachel?
The alchemy jug.
Yeah, oh, definitely. That's like a 21. So
Yeah, it
I
doesn't
guess
say.
I guess we could roll half damage. I'm for it. Let's do it.
Cool. What damage would you like me to roll?
Oh,
For acid.
roll a
Just
d6
make
for
it
me.
up. Huh?
Just roll a d6 for me.
Cool, love it. Take 1 acid damage. Different than
Ooh.
half damage.
Take an acid damage.
Yeah, I hope that's uncomfortable.
My eyes. And anything else? You have a second attack, right?
Yes, I do have a second attack. I would like to hit the guy above my head. Pretty please very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, with my green flame blade thing.
It's...
No. You'd think I would remember what I have to do for this. My spell attack.
Yeah, it could
9?
use like an acid breath weapon. That could be cool.
Oh wait, I'm gonna use my inspiration. I'm gonna roll that again.
Woo!
Yeah. I'm
11.
Sure y'all... 11 hits.
Yeah, amazing. Cool. So that little guy is gonna take 2d8 damage, and the guy next to him, the blue guy, is that one of our friends?
That's one of the Valda's spirits.
Okay, cool. No, then the guy who just got hit with acid
Yes.
is within 5 feet. They're gonna also catch on fire. Because that's how green flame blade works. It's a very good cantrip. So let me roll damage for these babies. Okay, that's 9 for guy above my head.
Okay.
Fire damage. Oh, you know what? You don't want to be in the tray, little yellow dice. So you're just gonna stay on the floor now. Congratulations, you've gotten what you wanted. And then 6 fire damage for the original instigator.
Oh, nice. Alrighty then. So that one that is above you, as we've been saying, is not looking great. Like barely hanging on.
Good.
What is Felix gonna do?
Force rend attack on the guy who's not looking so good. Really, like, gonna just hit him with an uppercut.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Felix, where's your thing? Melee weapon attack.
I think I heard
Melee
another space
weapon
whale.
attack.
I heard another space whale. It was a little baby space whale this time.
This little baby. Aw. Oh, 19. I mean, it's over 20, but unnaturally so.
Oh, definitely it hits for
So,
sure.
Hits him. Yeah. So that's good. That's cool and good. And that guy's gonna take 1d8 plus 3, force damage.
All right. How does Felix kill this thing?
Oh, great. I love that I didn't have to roll for it. So, as I said, Felix uppercuts this, like, takes this, like, capybara hand, just, like, wangs this mother in the chin, and, like, the guy, like, lifts into the air, and because, like, the fire damage is still kind of, like, crackling, he sort of, like, fireworks away, you know? So it's very much just like a pff, and then he's dust on the wind.
I like it.
And both Felix and Mag go,
Perfect. That is a perfect ending to that one. Great. So, I will say, like, just to like catch up with things before the Gith go, the other crewmates have not been sitting idly by, just as you have not been either, and they've actually managed to kill 2 of these Grimlocks as well, we'll say, and the other 2 that are left on our ship are not looking great. The Githyanki are up. Does that mean, Denis, that the one that you are in control of goes?
Yeah, it would attack one of the other.
Okay, so what would you like to do with it?
I mean, so to be fair, I'm not mind controlling it. I have just suggested to it that it should fight with us. So technically, it is up to it. But if I could tell it what to do, I would be like, the one that was holding on to me is so rude. Can you just like...
Yeah, I'm kind of picturing it like Umbrella Academy. Like, I heard a rumor.
Yeah,
so
that's exactly.
I imagine, like, now that
heard a rumor.
Yeah. So it'll come down and attack this one, right? That's the one you wanted?
Which is the one that was holding on to me initially?
Oh, this other one over here. Okay, yeah. We'll say, because these are all friendly, there's no random attacks or anything like that. So it's going to attack this Githyanki.
Cool.
Let's do it. That is a natural 20. That hits. Let me tell you. So let me roll this dice.
Hey, remember when we showed our whole asses against 1 minute?
Right?
And now we're just like, nah.
And now I'm mind controlling people and getting them to kill their friends. It's great.
Oh my God.
So that's 14 plus... That's not the right one. 14 plus 15, 29 points of damage. Katie, I would like for you to describe how this thing is going to be killed after grabbing at you and harassing you and like giving you the business for no reason. Tell me how his friend is going to kill him.
So I think
actually the godfather to his son.
Oh no, I knew you were gonna say something like that. So
Yeah.
I think that his the one who I spoke to, his eyes sort of glaze over as he like turns on his friend very stoically, and just drives his what is he holding, a sword, a rapier?
Great sword.
A great sword. Drives the great sword directly through his friend's stomach. And as he does that, Denis just goes, I can't believe you wanted me to take a mugshot with no makeup on. Ew. And he crumples over, and he is deceased at the hands of his best, longest friend on this planet or any other. I feel great about myself.
It was nice knowing you, Carl.
Cool.
And that is what happens with that one. So there's no other Githyanki to take a turn. So we're going to go to the Grimlocks. These Grimlocks are in battle. They're fighting in the trenches. There's other ones over here. We're gonna say that this one actually dies because it takes an opportunity attack. This one is going to travel across and engage with that ghost, with the spirit. In engaging with the spirit, Valda, what kind of like HPs am I looking at here?
Like my spirits is HP?
I guess. Yeah. So if I'm like rolling some stuff up.
Yeah. They have 67 hit points each.
What the
What?
fuck?
Because they have berserker stats.
Oh my god.
Fuck you, Zeki.
Yeah, right? They have any kind of like damage immunity to like, I don't know, bludgeoning damage or anything like that? Because they're spirits.
No, they just have like a 13 armor class.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna see what happens.
They're
That is,
beefier than we are.
It's a 15.
That does hit.
Excellent.
It's okay. They can come back next week.
Yeah, right. What was that? Oh, a 1. Great. Cool. So 6 points of damage total. Just to that one particular one.
Okay.
And bless you. There's no other ones that are engaged with the party directly, so we're going to go over to Denis for her turn.
What's alive?
You got your friend, the Githyanki friend killer. You got a couple of these things now over here, but they're like engaged and stuff. They got a bunch of them over here that are still alive.
Could I? Where's the ship? The seat to steer the ship?
For our ship?
Yes.
Or for their ship?
Are we connected to their ship?
There's a lot of tentacles, and they're doing some things. But the Spelljamming throne is right here.
Is the captain sitting in it?
Yes, captain is sitting in it again.
Okay.
Are you trying to fly the ship out?
I was gonna pop over to the seat and try to sort of like light speed us away. But if the captain's sitting in the seat, it doesn't seem like that's something I can do.
I will say that there is no light speeding away because of the ice.
Because of the ice. All right. Okay.
You don't want to just bloop back in.
In that case, let's see. Are there any clumps that just have spirits and enemies, or do they all have friends in them?
Over on the other ship, there's a bunch of just spirits and enemies.
Could my movement speed get me within 30 feet of the other ship?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Do you want to try to board the other ship?
I would love to do that.
Okay, I'm very excited to see this. So as you can see on screen here, there are a bunch of different tentacles. There are metallic extensions of the ship coming out that are within, a 5-foot leap.
Mm-hmm.
How would you like to approach?
Oh, gosh. I guess I'd like to sort of carefully make my way across some tentacles. I hate that sentence. But I would like to carefully crawl across some tentacles, please.
Making your way across some tentacles.
And I'm homebound.
I feel like that's Denise's next #1 hit.
It really is.
It's going to be, yeah.
That best friend staring blankly ahead and killing his friend.
The other one's summoning spirits.
Okay. Anyway, yes, I would.
You
like
really
to
have fallen into the skies, though. Like,
I
if you think about
have.
it.
I really have.
But would you let time pass you by?
I mean, does time flow the same way in the astral sea?
No, it does not actually, like at all.
No.
Oh,
So
my
time
cat
is-
wanted to sing too. To hear him. He's like,
Yeah, that was a really good cat impression, Rachel.
thank you. I spend most of my time speaking to this cat in his language. So I've gotten really good at sounding like him. There's a lot of times where like Champion will say something, then I'll say something back in cat, and my partner will be like, "Was that second one you or Champion?"
Oh.
Yeah, I know. We're best friends.
All right. So yes, I would like to sort of grapple climb my way across the tentacles to board the other ship.
Okay, well, if you put it like that, I would like for you to make an athletics check for me.
Or just walk. I could also just walk.
Well, you're either going to have to do like an acrobatics or an athletics.
I would prefer
depending on how you-
acrobatics.
then you can totally do that.
Well, do I have any inspiration? Did anyone give me inspiration?
Does anyone in the chat want to give?
Somebody
Yeah.
said inspiration for anybody who needs it.
I'll take it because
Oh.
that was a 5. So, oh my god! So it's
Is it another
8.
nat 20?
No, it's an 8 because I rolled a nat 1 on my second roll. So that's an 8.
All right. With an 8, you get onto one of these tentacles, and you know the animated Tarzan movie, or not Tarzan? Is it Tarzan? Yeah, the one where he's like surfing on the tree limbs and stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
So you're trying to like kind of do something like that.
Could I
Yes.
use my rapier as a walking stick to give myself a little bit more balance and like kind of like dig it into the tentacle as I walk to give myself some purchase?
I will say yes, but that'll make it worse for you.
Why will it make it worse for me? Fuck.
Zeki, what if Denny didn't fall at all? What if we just said it's fine? Don't worry, it's actually fine. It's great.
What if everything was okay?
What if it all just worked out?
Y'all start even giving me the chance.
Sorry, Zeki. What happens to me with an 8 across tentacles in the middle of the astral sea?
So I was saying you're like kind of Tarzan like limb surfing. That's a weird phrase.
And the tendies.
That's it. So as you're limb surfing, you actually throw your rapier down to kind of like pivot over onto the ship, and in doing so, the tentacle, which is like alive, you're poking a live thing.
I didn't know that.
It like kind of whips you up, and because of that, you land on the ship prone.
Oof.
Okay. That's okay.
You can still cast magic prone, though. Just throwing it out there.
So what I'm going to do is not affected. So I kind of like tumble onto the deck of the ship and
It's comical to say the least.
Yeah, and kind of sit up almost like Marvel superhero landing style, like whip my head up. And I open my mouth and I discharge a ray of golden acidic liquid in a 30-foot cone.
Oh God.
Yes, and I need deck saves from all of those babies who would have been anywhere near it.
I'm just gonna like roll 1 save for all the spirits.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's what
fair.
that's what I would do anyways. So do you want like a 30-foot in this direction? Do you want it in this
30,
direction?
whichever direction will catch the most baddies.
So yeah, you'll get like you get 2 baddies here. You could get what? How weird would it be if you had just rolled 5 feet over this way? How strange.
I love a benevolent DM.
I'm like, let's make this work. How wide is the cone?
It just says 30 foot. Hold on. 30-foot range. It just says. It doesn't say. Just says 30-foot range.
Okay.
So.
Let's say we get 1, 2, 3. Because you're kind of like.
It's the golden shower spell.
Yeah.
This is your breath weapon?
Yeah.
So I see like a 5 by 30-foot line is what my breath weapon is.
Sure.
Oh.
That sounds great.
But that's not a cone. That's going to do less.
I thought it was a cone, but if yours is that, I doubt that mine is something else.
It should be a cone.
You know what, Zeki? You're the DM. You tell me where it goes.
All right. It's going to go and it's going to hit this person, and that person. And both of these spirits are going to have to make a save as well.
Yes.
I rolled,
So.
what's the...
The DC is 12.
I rolled a 12.
Okay, then you guys are, well, you'll take half damage.
Okay.
What did they get?
They definitely did not pass.
Okay, so that's going to be 7 points of acid damage.
To each of them?
Yes.
Okay, they are
And
not looking
half-
so hot.
And then half to your spirits. I'm like, sorry, Valda, but honestly, it's kind of like half of one, 6 of the other, half a dozen of one. Yeah, you know what I mean? Just, I had to. I'm sorry. And then, let's see. I can't. Could I stand up, or I'm stuck prone for the time being?
Yeah, you used all your movement to get over to that side of the ship anyways.
Could I flurry of blows or even just unarmed strike the ankle of the one that's closest to me as a bonus action?
You're going to try and flurry of blows on your tippy toes. This mind flayer.
I was just gonna go for the ankle, like do a little Achilles, like a little Achilles action.
Sure, why not?
Great. But I don't want to waste my bonus action, okay?
I understand.
It's not gonna hit. An 11, I assume, does not hit.
No, it does not.
Just like, ow, fuck.
You hear a voice in your head. Sweet summer child.
I'm not a child. I mean, I did say I was a child, but I'm not a child. If you're gonna take me in, I'm a child, but if we're just fighting, I'm not a child. I'm only a minor in the court of law.
I didn't even have to use my suggestive interrogation techniques.
No, it's not. I'm just... Fuck.
And with that, Valda, you're up.
Okay. Let's see. I would like to go up sort of like diagonal to where the mind flayer is.
Okay.
So like edge of the ship deal.
Next to this thing, this Grimlock?
Yes. And then seeing what Denis just did. And because I am full of my rage era, I am going to use my breath weapon
I like
against
it.
the Mind Flayer.
Okay.
Oh my god, you're learning! Yes!
Let's do it.
Don't patronize me! All right, so dex saving throw.
That's a fail.
All right.
I rolled a 2, so definitely a fail.
Huh?
5 points of fire damage.
This Mind Flayer takes 5 points of fire damage.
It's not much, but it's something.
The message was received.
Great. Fantastic.
And that was just your bonus action, right?
No, that was my action.
Okay.
And I think that's all I can really. Actually, I'm going to use a bonus action to use my Shield Master feat,
Okay.
and I would like to. Can I shove the guy that's next to me off the edge of the ship?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm going to try to shove that dude.
I'm guessing you can shove him 5 feet.
Yes,
Yep, let's do it.
I believe. Let me double check. I have way too many tabs open.
I understand.
Uh...
Oh, don't do this to Ben.
What?
The music.
Nothing.
Oh. Okay, yeah, so I guess just strength, contested strength check,
All right.
I believe.
Oh, man. You should definitely be okay.
I mean, you never know.
I don't.
Because that was a 10.
Does anybody from the chat want to give advantage?
Oh, wait, no, I have advantage. I have like 2 or 3 inspos.
All right, then, yeah, let's use them.
17.
That is way better. Yes, let's
do
keep that one.
Let's do that.
Yeah, you are successful at shoving this Grimlock. Tell me how you want to like see this thing exit the scene.
Sort of look and like I do my breath weapon and I'm a little bit upset that it didn't do as much damage as I was hoping it was going to do. And then out of frustration, I'm just sort of like, ugh! And I just sort of like inadvertently hit the dude off the side of the ship.
I like it. Oh, as he like just kind of goes off in his own little bubble into space.
And that's my turn.
I love it. I will say that at this point, as things are progressing, more of do your spirit warriors attack?
Oh, they do.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh.
I feel like they would
forgot.
kill some of these Grimlocks that are on the boat.
Yeah. Do you just want me to do like one roll for them all, or?
Sure.
I don't. Okay. Let's see. It's a 16 to hit.
That definitely hits like every single yeah, that hits both of those because they have a lower armor class. That hits that. Yep, you're good.
All right. We're gonna use the really pretty one. I mean, both of my sets of dice are pretty, but I'm gonna use this one. That is that is 8 points of slashing damage to them all.
Okay, so with
Pretty good.
that, This Grimlock dies. This Grimlock dies. This Grimlock dies. I would say that the spirit is able to get up to this one, and that Grimlock dies. You said 8 damage?
Yep.
Both of these Githyanki are looking pretty bloody at this point after taking 2 rounds of this. And honestly, this other one is going to then go up to the Mind Flayer and start beating on it as well. Is that the end of your turn then?
That is now the end of my turn.
Excellent. So in the middle of this fight, you know, we're really honestly only like about 30 seconds in or so. But there's all this crazy action happening, and all of a sudden, in the sky, or not really the sky, in the space behind you, taking up your entire view behind these ships, all of a sudden you see about 24 tears in the astral sea start ripping as all these different types of ships, ones that look like fish, ones that look like sharks, ones that look like other nautical creatures, they all start coming out. And then finally, through the largest tear, there is a 5-mast like galleon that makes its entrance. And I need everyone to make perception checks for me right now.
Okay. 19.
13.
11.
Okay. Actually, Denis, with your 19,
Yes.
you're able to make out on the flag on the tallest mast of this ship. There are two crossbones, like 2 bones crossed, like a pirate ship, and then where the skull would be is almost like this. It almost looks like an ice cream cone scoop, but it's supposed to kind of look like a ghost with like an angry face.
Can I grab my sending stone and just essentially, I don't know if I'm still recording. I might have forgotten to press stop, in which case I just want to flip the stone so that it's getting a shot of the mast and the flag, so that in case it is relevant or important at any point in time, we have some sort of, you know,
Like
visual of it.
Like that?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Do I know anything? Seeing that, does that ring any bells for me? It probably doesn't, but
it doesn't.
okay.
But as the astral sea kind of like closes up behind it, bringing everything into this plane, you hear Captain Starstream kind of scream from his Spelljammer. Lich Queen, we can't stay here.
Oh shit.
And Captain Franks has made her fucking entrance.
Fuck.
Oh, I need a long rest before I'm gonna make that ass eat her own ass.
At this point, everyone kind of stops fighting, and we're exiting combat.
Oh,
I will give the 3 of you 1 action movement type thing to do right now before the next thing happens.
Oh. I want to get back on our ship.
All right.
As I am right on the other, like on our ship on the other side, can I assist Denis as she attempts to make her way back?
Yeah, she's going to need it because she's still prone, and that's going to take up half of her movement just getting up.
What I can do, I'm gonna step of the wind, so that I can essentially dash. My jump distance is also doubled, so if I needed to jump it, or basically just gives me additional movement.
Perfect.
But yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Make a dex acrobatics check at advantage.
Yeah. Yep.
And also Ball to make a strength check at advantage.
22 for me for my acrobatics.
And Mag, what are you doing during all of this?
Dirty 20.
Okay.
I am placing a hand on my own chest and casting Cure Wounds. I'm just gonna go. I don't want to die. So I'm just gonna do that. So I'm gonna give myself some hit points back. 8.
All right. Perfect.
16. Okay, cool. So I've given myself 18 points back.
Oh, that's wonderful. You may or may not need it. We will see. As
I've used all. Oh fuck. Okay.
Cutting back over to our Dragonborn sisters, they are able to help each other and also just be great as they are able to jump and leap back onto the ship just in the nick of time, as all of a sudden Denis lands on the ship, and just as you make footfall, you see red fireballs fly from the galleon. They're breaking off into 5, 7, 20 different fireballs as a meteor storm is cast from the Lich Queen's ship at the patrolling Nautilus.
Not at us?
I mean, you are behind it. But the Nautilus in front of you, you just see it's just going up into flames as it takes so much damage that I don't even have enough die to roll it right now.
We gotta go.
It shoves all of the explosions. It's like a fireball being cast on every single explosion. And as this Nautilus ship takes the brunt of all of the damage, it hurtles the naughty nature out further into space, and that is where we're going to leave tonight's episode.
The fuck, Zeki? The fuck? Fuck. All right. Cool. That's so cool. Oh,
I'm not stressing at all.
It's no big deal.
God. Jesus.
That was awesome, Zeki.
Yeah, Zach.
Oh my gosh, stop. Thank you, everybody. You all are so amazing. You rolled so well tonight. You came together with like a plan, with like using each other to get things accomplished at various points of like the entire encounter. You thought outside of the box, making it like an overwhelming success with all these like spirit warrior.
I need to know, Zeki, what were you expecting us to do?
I was expecting you all to just like start a fight immediately and not try to talk to them or be sneaky. Or I thought maybe you would try to convince Captain Starstream just to like make a run for it. I wasn't sure what you were gonna do exactly, but like draw out this like lengthy like encounter with just like the verbal encounter. I mean by that.
Yeah.
Was not expected, so that was a lot of fun.
That was a great session.
Awesome.
Thank you, all three, and all the viewers helping out in chat.
Yeah.
Thanks for all the
Thanks, y'all.
info.
Great
Thank
help
you so
tonight.
much. We needed it. Rachel, where can people find you if they
Yes.
want to find you?
If you would like to find me, I exist all over the internet under the handle I am Rachel Quirky. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Hive, Tumblr, TikTok. It's great. And if you want to know more about my adventures in the squared circle, you can follow Charles Stunning on Twitter and on Instagram for more info as that wrestler grows and becomes an actual good wrestler. Also, get hype. We're playing more AP stuff. Been building some campaigns. We've got a Descent into the Void campaign cooking. So just be on the lookout for all of the times and all of the ways that I can make noise to entertain you.
Yeah, the Descent into the Void will be on A Tale of D20, which Zeki and I and Ben are in as well. And then we have our AP campaign starting the first Tuesday in January, which will also be very fun. But we will be continuing the chaos of the Chaos Ladies as well.
Yeah, I can't give it up. I just refuse.
Yeah.
And Erica. Erica makes shiny click clacks, and everyone should go buy them. But where can people find you and your shiny click clacks?
Yes, I will actually. I'm working on some AP dice right now, so it's very exciting. You can find me at Mercury Dice on Instagram, Hive, Twitter, TikTok, Etsy, all of those things. And right now there's actually a giveaway happening. So if you want, you can head on over and you can win these pretty click clacks.
Those are so pretty.
Give me those.
Wait, how do I enter the giveaway? I want.
Yeah. So if you are interested, if you follow myself and Mirkwood Dice, Mirkwood Dice is running a advent calendar. So there's like every day there's something that you can enter, and you just have to follow Mirkwood Dice and the fellow artist who's collaborating, like the post. And then usually, depending, possibly tag a candy loving friend. But these ones are based off of opening chocolate gelt at Hanukkah. So.
That's so cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love that. Oh, I think I saw you posted on Instagram when you were making them, some of the pictures.
Yes.
And I was like, those are incredible. So that's awesome.
So all of the dice related content, come follow.
Fantastic. We're gonna raid Kat, who's playing WoW, who we love and who I also play WoW with. But Zeki, I know that you have some new Nat 1 shit. So why don't you tell the people what it is that...
Believe it or not, small Easter egg, this campaign also exists in the Nat 1 world. But, spoilers. But
Does that mean we're going to come on the Nat 1s at some point?
Not in this timeline, but maybe if there's some time travel stuff, we could potentially do it for sure. Like, I'm not ruling that out at all.
Cool.
But then we have finally returned with more podcast content for the Nat 1s. It was a lot of fun getting this one out. The boys, as I call them, are getting into a bunch of danger, as always, and things are starting to break down in the campaign world. They're starting to make bigger decisions, and it's a lot of fun to see where the story's going. So
we're running out of time for the raid. Wrap up. Where can they find it?
Well, they can find it wherever you find any kind of podcast, and if nothing else, just find me at Zektown on any social media.
We're about to raid. It's coming.
And 3, 2.
Bye!
Something or other. Bye, everybody.
Still waving.
Oh, okay. Still waving.
There we go. They changed